Hi everyone and namaste. Welcome to my monthly masterclass, Empowering Your Destiny. So for those of you that are new to me and my work, I'm Davindra Ojala, the Lightworker coach, and I'm a spiritual teacher, a consciousness educator, and a transformation guide. I'm also the founder of Med Yoga School, The Lighthouse, and Fierce, Focused and Feminine. And this month, we're going to be diving into learning a bit more about the throat chakra and how this impacts our ability to really use what I call our power voice. Now, as a collective right now, we are going through a huge transformational shift. So we're all evolving and ascending at very high speeds. And the throat chakra is the fifth chakra, located in a system of 7 main chakras. Chakras are vortices of spinning energy. So, for those of you that are sensitive, you will naturally be able to feel and sense the energy field of the throat. So we're going to explore this in a bit more depth. Now I'm going to share 10 tools and tips with you to help you open, expand your throat, and to build much more confidence to sharing your voice from a place of freedom, trusting yourself, and feeling safe to do that. Because now is the time for us to really step into our true self, our authentic self, and use our voice powerfully out in the world and in our relationships, and most importantly, to tune in to what our true needs are. So let's start. So you may want to grab a pen and paper and take some notes as well. If you are a member of the Lighthouse, you have your worksheets and your workbooks in the library. So go print those out and let's get started. Okay, so as I mentioned, the throat chakra is the fifth chakra, elevation of consciousness. So we're riding up from the base, first chakra, all the way up, and we're coming into the throat chakra, which is depicted as a lotus, as is all the chakras. And the throat chakra is often depicted as having 16 petals. And we have more and more petals as we grow, evolve, and expand. And these really represent our level of consciousness, our awakening. As we evolve, we have more petals that expand. So it's really symbolic of planting seeds, and these seeds start to flourish and open up. So the petals are really our beauty, our magnificence. So the throat chakra, when it's really open and it's healthy, it spins in a clockwise direction and it has 16 petals. Now, for many of us, for many different reasons, which we'll go into, this chakra can become closed or blocked or start to spin in a slower way or the opposite direction. So when a chakra is open and healthy, we're able to express ourselves. We feel confident sharing our truth, speaking up for ourselves, sharing our ideas, communicating. And this is also done from a place of embodiment. We feel safe in our body to do this. We feel heard, we feel received, and we're not hitting against energies that are trying to suppress and block us. Or if they do, we're still able to respond. So we're coming from the heart. We're able to speak our truth firmly with love. And we're also able to set boundaries. So that's a really healthy chakra. And for those that really develop in this chakra, they can then go on to use their voice out in the world, out in the community in a bigger way. And so they are able to be heard by many more people because the frequencies and the vibrations reach further afield. Whereas when it's closed and it's blocked, it's blocked, the energy field becomes stagnant. So we can't impact the energy around us in the same way. So when the chakra is closed or unhealthy, it tends to be because of trauma. It tends to be because of fear. And we all have different levels of fear in reference to communicating. So dependent on the level of block or stagnation in the throat, the symptoms can really vary. Of course, you could experience sore throats, infections in the throats, health conditions, thyroid, etc., etc. This is an indication that we're not feeling safe to allow the energy to rise up and for us to be heard and received safely. And this creates a disconnection from others and from our true self. Now, often what can happen is this can result in manipulation, control. The throat chakra, when it's blocked, we can also experience being bullied or bullying. So we can either be the victim or the aggressor. We can verbally attack. We can be very reactive. We could feel misunderstood, misinterpreted. We could feel judged. And when it's blocked, sometimes we can feel what feels like verbals or stuck energy that just doesn't flow. So how do we heal a blocked throat chakra? So let's dive in and take another look and take a closer look at that. So 1, crystals. Crystals are a great way, especially for the throat, because firstly you can hold a crystal and the magnetic field of that crystal gets absorbed by the energy field of the hands and then taken into the rest of the body. So remember, your hands are an extension of the heart. So this is what we really want to heal with the throat, because when they're connected, the heart and throat, the heart helps to heal the throat and encourages the throat to speak from love. So it helps it to feel safer. So holding a crystal will then draw that energy into the heart and help shift some of the blocks and the energies as you start to travel up to your throat. So some of the crystals you might want to use are rainbow fluorite, azurite, blue calcite, turquoise, aquamarine, silver. So really think of any blue colours. It could range from navy to light blue. The colour of the throat chakra, known as Vishuddha, Vishuddha is the Sanskrit name for this chakra, is sky blue. So as close as you can get to that, but listen to your gut. You'll be drawn to the right one. And you can easily get necklaces which are so close to the throat. And wearing a necklace close to the throat, again, it's going to be touching the direct points, because the throat includes your hearing, it includes the jaw area, it includes the shoulders, the cervical vertebrae, the larynx, the thyroid. So this is the energy field in the area that we're really focusing on when we're looking at healing the throat chakra. 2, yoga poses. So yoga poses are great to do. So the ones in particular that I would advise are shoulder stand. If that's too much for you, the supported shoulder stand is great. That's really good for the throat and the thyroid in particular. The fish pose, which is a counter pose to the shoulder stand. The camel, lion's breath, ujjayi breathing, the bridge, and simple neck rolls. So check out my other YouTube channel, Med Yoga School. Med Yoga School is where I will be loading up techniques and specific videos for yoga and meditation. So feel free to use that as a resource library. 3, essential oils. Essential oils are great because they are part of the immune system of the actual plant. So when we put it onto our skin, it's really easily recognizable and absorbed. So eucalyptus, ginger, and peppermint are great. You can inhale it, you can put it onto your skin, you can put it onto a diffuser, you can put a few drops onto your pillow before you go to sleep. So check out the doTERRA essential oils on my website and you can get some more information about those there. Number 4, energy healing exercises. Now this is one of my all-time favorites. Again, there'll be a section on my YouTube channel, Med Yoga School, where I'll be starting to put on more of my energy healing exercises. Now, energy healing exercises are so powerful because we're going straight to the root, straight into the depth of what's causing the block itself, and we want to plug it out from the root. So a beautiful, simple energy healing exercise would be using a mudra. Mudras are hand gestures. So this is often known as the heart mudra or samana mudra. And you can place that just around the throat area and just take some time to close the eyes. Just settle into the body and take a few breaths. And then start to visualize the energy from your dantian point, which is the point just below the navel, around the base, the root chakra. And start to breathe that energy all the way up to the throat. So you can feel this energy traveling all the way up to the throat. And with your exhaling breath, visualizing a beam of light, a glow radiating out of your throat chakra. You might want to visualize a brilliant white light, a hint of sky blue. So as you inhale, you're drawing the energy up. Exhaling, beam of light out of the throat. So that's a really simple energy healing exercise that gets the flow of energy, known as apana energy, up through your system into the throat, and you're directing the energy. And you have this power to direct this energy with your consciousness. So use your consciousness wisely. Use your consciousness to clean, to clear, and really tap into the power of the frequencies and how far you can send this light and this beam of energy out to the world. So that's a really great way of purging, purifying, and detoxing, as well as cleansing. So that will help open up the throat, and you'll start to feel much more ease at speaking from your truth, sharing what your needs are. Okay, so 5th, self-inquiry. So again, you will find this in your workbook if you're a member of the Lighthouse. So self-inquiry is when we can use meditation or contemplation to go inwards and just take some time to review. And we can ask simple questions such as, do I share my voice with love? Do I feel safe speaking from my heart? Do I feel safe speaking my truth? Do I hold my voice back? In what situations do I hold my voice back? Why might I be holding my voice back? Is there a trauma or unresolved issue from the past or the present that is needing more attention? And this will start to show up in the physical body. So we're starting to ask the right questions. We're asking in a way that is going to allow us to open and expand into empowerment rather than victimhood. So self-inquiry always comes from a place of empowerment rather than blame, guilt, etc., etc. So enjoy that, and I would suggest getting a self-empowerment journal where you can start to use this on a regular basis to self-inquire. And you'll be surprised at how quickly you'll be able to start to tap into getting information from higher consciousness, from your spirit guides and source. So you can always ask on the onset, please, may I have some assistance from my spirit guides in resolving this issue? And they're always there to help you. They want to help you, they want to support you, but you have to ask and you have to give the time to actually listen to the answers. They may not come immediately, but they will come as insights or synchronicities or through other people. So once you have awareness, that's the first step. Tip number 6, use your words wisely. Now, your words will be impacting your throat, whether you say them out loud or silently. So this is where it's really useful to catch the words you're saying to yourself. And often the words we use have been passed down to us through conditioning, through society or others. And often that can be very limiting. It can be from a place of lack of self-love, self-care. So we want to start to change those patterns and those words. So a really great way, again, you'll find this in your workbook, is to take some time to just write out the most fanciful words you can think of. And this really increases your vibration. It brings the energy back up. And you can start to experience what these words feel like when you say them. So a few examples I jotted down were incredible, lit up, remarkable, emotionally juiced up, dazzle, alive, delightful, ecstatic, etc., etc., etc. So think of the words that you don't tend to use or hear very much, and be adventurous with this. Just let your pen write, so your subconscious mind will just start to write words, and you'll be amazed at how many words that really light you up, how many words you can actually write down in just 5 minutes. Your subconscious mind has a memory bank full of high vibrational, high frequency words. And the more you use them, the more you're naturally going to shift the mind into that vibration, which then impacts your energy field. So use your words wisely and start to use some of those words in conversation. Don't hold back. So releasing any fear, any judgment, any embarrassment, and allow yourself to lean into using positive words. So we're changing and transforming the old dialogues. And catch those words that you use that you know are of a negative vibration. So you're not punishing yourself, you're not going to tell yourself off. Just start to become more conscious of some of the words or the statements you might be saying to yourself that are not going to be moving you into the direction that you really want to move in, that aren't supporting and empowering the throat chakra. Number 7, affirmations. So affirmations are great to use. Now, if you have a big block within your throat chakra, affirmations can be quite superficial. So we need to do some decluttering first. So use some of the other exercises, but affirmations are also a great way to help you re-steer in a new direction. And be patient with affirmations. They can take time for you to really develop that muscle, because it is a new muscle you'll start to build. And we don't want to build that muscle overnight because we won't be able to sustain it. So we want to do it naturally, we want to do it organically. Affirmations have to feel right for where you're at. So don't jump to the top of the mountain and use an affirmation that vibrationally you feel so far away from. Pick an affirmation that you can feel and sense intuitively. I can lean into that. That feels good. That feels something I can step into and start to embody. It may feel a little uncomfortable to start with, but as long as there's not a huge wall of resistance. If you find there is a lot of resistance, what I tend to do with affirmations is instead of I am dot dot dot, I say, what might it feel like if I allowed dot dot dot? And that again allows you to lean in gently. So here's some affirmations you might want to use for the throat. I speak my truth freely and openly. Being honest will free me from my current situation. I alone am accountable for expressing myself freely. I am safe and trust others to allow me to express myself truthfully. My honesty attracts what I deserve. 8. Sound. Sound I love. So sound again has the power to break down energy blocks. So sound is a vibration, it's a frequency, and dependent on that frequency, it can impact your physical body, which is also energy. So it's like tuning forks. When they're put together, they start to vibrate at similar frequencies. So if we want to heal our physical body, we want to be around the frequencies that we want to match up to. So the throat chakra, there's two sounds which I'll recommend. So the first one is known as the throat chakra sound, and this is Ham, Ham. And these sounds have been channeled by yogis thousands and thousands of years ago, and they were so sacred they weren't disclosed to the public initially because of the power in them, because they open up portals. And the throat chakra is a portal. It opens up another dimension of communication. Communication in the physical realm, the energetic realm, and the spiritual realm. It's hugely powerful. We know when we're around somebody who's embodying their voice and is speaking clearly from their heart, speaking and sharing their truth, and is fearless at doing that. So, Ham, Ham. You can use this as a mantra or a chant, and you can say it throughout the day while you're making a cup of tea, waiting at a bus stop. So it sounds. I'll give you an example. Ham. And when you sound the hum, I want you to pay close attention to what you can feel around the throat. You'll start to notice pulsating, vibrating. So this is the energy field. So the more you can tap into your energy field, the more you're going to be able to shift and clear and accelerate your transformation. So the other sound is I, E-Y-I, and this is known as chakra toning. So chakra toning again is very similar. It's like tuning up a guitar to higher and higher frequencies. So as we start to move up the vibrational scale, the sounds are different. So we're rising up to the throat. So we want this to be really vibrating at the same frequency as I. So again, I'll give you an example. I and And you only need to sound that 7 times. 7 times, you can do that a couple times a day, 3 times a day. It really doesn't matter, but just do it 7 times and it will start to blast out any blocks. So if you are new to this, you can expect perhaps a dodgy throat the day after, slight sore throat, or it might feel burny or hot because it's going to start to clear out any toxins that have been held there. And number 9, meditation and mindfulness, of course. So the 7 keys is really powerful. This, I have a free group. Come join us in the World Meditation Circle if you're not joining me for my free weekly meditation. So meditation allows us to use our mind to penetrate these energy blocks. So the more sensitive you become, especially if you're doing yoga or meditation, you're going to start to tune into the energy frequency. You'll be able to pick blocks up where they're located, and then you can use your mind and your consciousness to penetrate into them, which blasts them open and clears them out. And you can use tools such as combing. So you're using your consciousness to comb through comb through any energy blocks. And again, this allows us to open the throat chakra, and we naturally start to find we're speaking our authentic truth. You can also sweep, so sweeping up and down your energy field, sweeping in and out of your throat in different directions. So it's this real penetration of consciousness into the energy field around the throat. It's going to help you pick up the energy blocks. And your consciousness is what transforms these energy blocks. They will transform, dissolve, and shift to a higher frequency because you are now present. So it's this witnessing, it's this observing. And number 10, asking the question, how would my soul like me to use my voice today? Now, when we're using our soul voice, it sounds very different from our ego voice. Our ego voice, as I said, comes from fear. It can often overtalk. Sometimes it can ramble if it's really unhealthy. It's not clear. It's not precise. It doesn't have a systematic, it doesn't have a natural pace to it. It can talk too quickly or too slowly. It can feel ashamed of sharing, communicating. Yet when it's open, we are able to express ourselves creatively as well. And we tend to listen more than we speak. So ask yourself and set the intention for the day. How would I like to use my voice today? Or if you find yourself in a situation, what would my soul voice have me say in this moment? And you'll find your soul voice would say, offer kindness here, or listen, or don't speak, or share your need, or speak with compassion, speak with empathy. Show this person you still love them. Connect. So your soul voice, the language of your soul voice is very, very different. So your challenge this month is to start to discern the difference. So start to explore, when is my voice coming from ego, and where can I use my soul voice? Now that might feel vulnerable, so allow that vulnerability, trust that vulnerability, but start to explore embodying the soul voice. So I hope this has served you. I hope this has given you some inspiration to get out there, to really use your voice, to heal your throat, and to really step out into the world and share your messages, because we all have a story, we all have messages that will benefit others. So namaste. Thank you for joining me. And if you are a member of the Lighthouse, I'll look forward to our meetup this month and seeing how you have got on with this month's challenge. If you're not a member of the Lighthouse, please do check out the Lighthouse, which is the School of Healing, Transformation and Empowerment. We meet monthly for a live broadcast Q&A, and you get a monthly free gift, which is an ever so simple worksheet or a workbook to just help you focus on one thing every month to keep you shifting and moving forwards at an organic pace, so no overwhelm. I also have a lovely group called Fierce Focus Feminine and, of course, Med Yoga School. All details are on my website, www.thelightworkercoach.com. Have a fabulous month, and I'll look forward to our next month's masterclass.